One of my favorite things to do as a kid was to rush downstairs Saturday morning and watch the latest episode of Power Rangers that was coming on. That was something I loved to do. So when I heard that they came out with a movie in 2017, I went and saw it in the theaters. And unfortunately, it did not live up to my expectations. There are several reasons why that movie failed, but I think at the core of it, I think the reason why that film failed particularly is it didn't have the fun that Power Rangers had. It lost its goofiness, its wackiness. It took itself way too serious. It wanted to go too dark. It brought in a whole bunch of maybe lesbian elements to it. Like, if I remember correctly from the movie, you felt like the Yellow Ranger was a lesbian for some reason. It just was an odd film that didn't necessarily feel like Power Rangers. And the reason why it flopped, I think, is because of that. It did not live up to expectations of what it was supposed to be. Now, if we look at the Mario movie, what came out recently, that's doing very well at the theaters and has lived up to what that Mario universe is, playing on all the tropes, playing on everything. The story is paper thin, if you could even call a story at all, but it's there for the fans. And I have to say, the 2017 movie wasn't really a love letter to the fans. It was elements here and there, like, hey, do you remember this? Do you remember this? But it didn't feel like Power Rangers, whereas the Mario movie does. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because recently the actor who was in the Power Rangers movie came out. He was the Red Ranger, Darcy Montgomery. Apparently he was also in Stranger Things. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen that series yet, except for this first season. Fantastic first season. Kind of really didn't care the rest of the story because it just came out way too late for me to really remember to care at that point, but great first season. He came out and said that the reason why you never saw any more Power Rangers was, well, because the box office, honestly. It just was not great. It had an ending of $142 million. It cost them $100 million to produce. Going out by Hollywood standards, you usually want to multiply that by 2, maybe 2.5 for the marketing. So really this film needed to earn probably somewhere around $300 million to $400 million in order to make its money back. Unfortunately, it did not, so we never got to see the continuation of the series. Apparently, he was supposed to be contracted to be in this franchise for the next 4 Power Ranger films, him along with his co-stars for the other Rangers. Unfortunately, just wasn't the case. Now, with that, so many years later, supposedly we're going to be getting another movie, so I hope we do. But it also makes me hesitant because we also have the Power Rangers TV show that Disney is producing. And from our understanding for what Disney's plans to be producing, it's not going to be something good. According to this article from Screen Rant here, it's going to be a full-on reboot. It's going to be starting from scratch, partially due to Super Sentai Heroes Over Japan coming to an end after 50 years, which is understandable. 50 years, that's a very decent run. But I don't trust Hollywood. Now, the reason why I don't is pretty much because of what this article states, of what this new Power Rangers focus is going to be. It's going to be more on the lines of Stranger Things and Mandalorian, where it's going to have a more redefined audience experience for cross-age range sci-fi fantasy storytelling, emphasis on character development, cinematic production values, and long-form narratives. Now, I don't necessarily mind all that put into the proper specs, but you have to remember what Power Rangers was. Power Rangers is to sell the toys, the action figures to boys. That's why it changes every season. Everything changes every season. You got the new Zords, you got the new suits, you got the new villains, you got the new cities, you got the new landscapes. Everything is new, and so you want to buy those toys as a kid because it's a new franchise going on here. And the reason why you buy it is because of the fighting, because of the goofiness, because of the fun. Remember, that's what Power Rangers is for. That's why it has survived so long. If you're using Stranger Things and Mandalorian as your definition of great shows or long-running format narratives, are you talking about a long-running format narrative of just one season? Which I highly doubt, because you're using those two, which have series-long narratives. So you're wanting to tell the same series narrative over multiple seasons with the same Rangers, which can work, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to need a little bit more convincing. Because if you're saying that didn't happen in the Power Rangers, that when Power Rangers went from Mighty Morphin to Zero to then Wild Fury and all those other Rangers that were in between, I'm going to need you to try to break that one down for me. No, what you really want to do is you want to break this down for the modern audience and make it into your own production. And I'm very hesitant on that because the people that you have working on this, Dan Schwartz and John Ethan Steinbeck, they were the creators behind the Percy Jackson and the Olympians TV show, which took characters from the books and just mutilated them. Like, this is not the Percy Jackson series that I grew up with. This is not the content that I as a fan wanted to see. Like, yes, the Percy Jackson movies, they're okay. They're good. They're fine. They're suitable. But they were not the books. And they have done so again. They have taken these characters, put them in different skin suits, completely rearranged the stories. Like, it is something far lesser than what was originally produced, and the worst part is they have Rick Riordan signing off on it. So no, I don't think that Disney can handle Power Rangers. I do think this is the end of this franchise. I think we're going to see a repeat of 2017 where they put out a product and no one watches it. Now they'll probably put out 2, maybe 3 seasons and then let it die, because they'll probably be contracted for that, because usually that's what these streaming shows like to do. They like to get 2 to maybe 3 seasons in the can, and then maybe renegotiate for more later on. That's kind of what I'm expecting to see here. I don't think this is going to end well, but I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are. Do you have hope for this new Power Rangers? Do you think that Disney will be able to nail it this time? Because remember, Disney had to sell it back to Saban when they failed the first time back in the 2000s. And now they have it again. Can Disney come to the table and rise above what they did before with a full-on reboot? I personally doubt it, but I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you did not, and don't forget to subscribe. Hope you all have a lovely day. Take care now. Bye.